Good morning, everyone. This is Jeffrey Bershaw from Avanti Destinations here in Portland, Oregon, and I've got Zeni Paluga from Department of Tourism, Philippines with us today, and we're going to present to you the fabulous country and archipelago as well of the Philippines. This wonderful picture here is of Palawan, one of the most beautiful islands in the Philippines, and we're going to cover that here a little bit later on. Zeni's going to share more with all of the great things that your clients can see and do, and how to connect everything, and then I'll get more into the product itself at the end of this presentation. But for those of you who aren't that familiar with Avanti and our Asia program, I'm just going to do a quick introduction. This is the cover for our brochure. It's not in the Philippines, it's in Japan. But just so you can recognize it, this wonderful temple in one of the national parks in Japan. So quickly, Avanti's Asia. We've added 7 new destinations or countries for 2017 and 2018, and a fair amount of them. And for those of you who've listened to other webinars or been on other webinars, I've kind of gone through all of this. But the Philippines is new for us in 2017, and we're really happy to have this destination on board. It's really gives another unique take on Asia, and really provides a different opportunity for your clients who are interested in this region of the world. And we'll talk a little bit more about how to get your clients to the Philippines here in just a bit. But we are your one-stop travel source. This picture here, the beautiful chocolate mountains in Bohol. It's chocolate because during the dry season that everything turns kind of brown and looks kind of chocolatey, but of course when they get a fair amount of rain, it's very green and verdant. So a beautiful island in the Philippines. But anyway, so we do provide air. We'll talk a little bit about the intra-air as well as the international air later on. Lots of transfers, accommodations, and we'll show you some of what's available in the Philippines. A lot of private tours and sightseeing. We do have rail in other countries, and just some river cruises as well as some other cruise options. And we can provide a cruise option in Bohol. Just by the way, there's a river there that is stunning. So your clients would go to the Chocolate Mountains and then go on the river. And then go back to, once they're at the end, they go back to their hotel via land. A lot of pre and post cruise packages. There's a variety of things we can do. Most of the major pre and post cruise ports, as well as shore excursions. And I always want to mention travel protection. We do work with TripMate, and the advantages really of that are threefold. First, if your clients pay the premium within 7 days of deposit, they have canceled for any reason. A lot of the, once that happens, there's a lot of coverage. Your clients, while they're traveling, also have an additional resource. They can give them a call and ask for, even to reservations or recommendations. But besides that, they can, if anything arises, they have someone who can help them out besides our local partners. And also, lastly, once full payment has happened and you did meet the requirements of the paying the premium within 7 days of deposit, and after full payment, your commission is 100% covered. So you will get your full commission even if your clients need to cancel for emergency reasons. And of course, you can always add a TA fee to any of your clients' bookings, up to 15% of the gross. So we are an FIT tour operator, custom FIT, just an example of the a lot of the private guides and private transportation. Asia is overall a fantastic value, and we'll talk a little bit more about the value of the Philippines here in a minute. Zeni will cover some of that, and I'll pick it up. And you've heard me talk a lot about the local partners, for those of you who've been on our webinars before, and they are the key, one of the key ingredients to who we are. They are, they're there to meet your clients when they land, and take them around, they really do bend over backwards to make sure that your clients are feel well taken care of, as well as are well informed. Everybody is well trained and extremely excited to share their country and their culture with your clients traveling to Asia. Real-time confirmation, so that basically means that, if it's available, it's available, and we can confirm it immediately. Our expert reservation staff, this is the other key ingredient besides our website and our local partners. Our reservation staff are available to you to ensure that your clients can get around and make it a seamless itinerary, as well as a lot of recommendations. So talked a little bit about Avanti, and now we're going to jump right into the Philippines, and I'm going to turn this over to Zenny. Zenny, it's all yours.
Hi, Jeff. Thank you very much. And good morning to everyone. I am Zenny Paluna of the Philippine Department of Tourism. I've been working in the industry for the last 20 years. So practically, I have been around the country. I have visited most of the major islands in the Philippines. And I cover the East Coast area and the Midwest as an officer in charge. And we have 2 other offices that you can also connect with if you are based in California areas. We have one in LA and one in San Francisco. So I welcome you to the Philippines. Today I'm going to talk about, the title of my presentation is Go Beyond Your Bucket List and Experience the Philippines. Because I bet most of you haven't been there, haven't visited the country, and I am inviting you to consider the Philippines as your client's next holiday destination. This is a picture of a typical island in the Philippines. This is a real photo with the clear blue water and mountains as your backdrop. So Philippines is a 365 days tropical destination. So you will experience the water temperature is just between 780 to 9, and the climate, the weather is usually 90 degrees. Philippines has been voted as a world's best island destination by Condé Nast and Travel and Leisure publications for the last 3 years. And who would not fall in love with this beautiful island with beautiful scenery, turquoise water, very tranquil destination, and it's perfect for both honeymooners, for family vacationers, or for FITs. This is another island in Palawan. This is a private island where you can invite your high-end, most affluent customers who are looking for 6-star property, and there is a private airstrip in this island. And it has bungalows, villas or bungalows in individual villas. Another island in Palawan, this is also a private island. It's called Huma, and they offer water bungalows similar to Tahiti. So this is perfect place for FITs, for couples and family as well. And they offer activities, water sports activities, island hopping activities in the island. So once you are in Palawan, these are some of the experiences that you can do. You can do kayaking, bird watching, also spelunking. And this is not only for young people, but it also caters for senior travelers. Another island which has been voted by the Condé Nast magazine as the world's best island is Boracay. This is one of the top beach destinations in the world, top 10 beach destinations in the world. And in the island, you can do, aside from water sports activities, they also offer a mermaid or merman academy. So if you are interested to learn how to swim with your mermaid's tail, then you can do it in the island. So another island in the Philippines, I know this is not yet included in the Avanti's tour program, but soon they will be including this. This is in Siargao Island. It has been considered as the world's top surf spot. But the local color, the local culture is also good for leisure travelers. You can uh, you can commune with nature and with the local people while there. And there are private resorts in the area as well, and there is direct air connectivity from Manila or Cebu. This is still part of Siargao Island. In the Asian region, there are only three places where you can swim or you can see a non-sting jelly lake, and one is in Palau, the most famous one, and the other one is in Indonesia. But it will take you 22 hours to get there. And the third place where you can swim or snorkel with a non-sting jellyfish is in the Philippines. Philippines is known for it's a known destination for scuba divers. So from the small stuff to the biggest fish in the world, you can see it in the Philippines. You can also do surfing, kayaking, and other water sports activities. Another destination that very popular among the Americans is the Banawi Rice Terraces. This is a UNESCO heritage site. It was carved 2,000 years ago by the local people. And if you go further in this mountainous area, you could also see the hanging coffins. So before, the local people, they don't bury their deads. They will just hang them on the wall as a cultural practice among them. And on the right side, upper right side of the photo, you can see the smallest primate in the world, and you could only and it is the smallest primate called tarsier. According to them, according to some of the people, they said that the Yoda of the Star Wars was inspired through this small primate. And another one at the bottom, as mentioned by Jeff earlier, is iconic to the Philippines. It's called the Chocolate Hills. So you cannot find this anywhere in the world except in the Philippines. And they call it Chocolate Hills because it turns brown during summer season and it looks like chocolate kisses. So once you're in the Philippines, the best experience that you will have is our cuisine. According to Bloomberg publication, they said Filipino cuisine is the next big thing in the U.S. And you can see how rich is our food is. We have the lechon, we have the popular halo-halo, a dessert, and we also have the local vegetable salad that you can try while there. So why the Philippines, you may ask? One of the reasons why you should visit the Philippines is you should experience the Filipino hospitality. You can experience the warmth, the openness, and the cheerfulness of the Filipino people. We are natural hosts and hostesses once you arrive in our country. In fact, in the U.S., 50% of the nurses are Filipinos. And in the cruise industry as well, 60% of the crew are Filipinos. And I just give you another example, like the Philippines, Americans are the second largest tourist to the Philippines. One of the reasons might be because communication is easy in the Philippines. 90 to 95% of the Filipinos speak English. Anywhere you go, the signages that you see is all in English. And the third reason why you should visit the Philippines is we are in the crossroad of the Asia-Pacific region. So if you have been to Asia, I know most of you have been to Thailand, to China, or to Vietnam. Philippines is just at just at the center. You can easily connect, like from Hong Kong, it's just an hour and 30 minutes away. From Bangkok, it's just 2 hours and a half away. And it is a pretty safe and secure destination, and we have diverse cultural and natural attractions. With more than 7,107 islands and 100 million people, the Philippines offers diverse tourist attractions in multiple ethnicities. We have been colonized by the Spaniards, Americans, the Japanese. So how you would see how strong is our cultural influences with these countries. This is a map of the Philippines. As I've said earlier, we are composed of 7,107 islands, and we are divided into 3 big islands, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Luzon is where we have several international gateways, but the major gateway is located in Manila area and in Cebu. So we can easily be accessed by air. All our islands are accessible by air. So if you're coming from Manila or coming from Cebu, you have to fly to the different destinations. And one thing good in the Philippines that we can offer to your client is the value for money. A bottle of beer, a local beer is just 60 cents. And a massage or a spa is just between $10 to $20. And the equivalent of our currency to the US currency is $1 is equivalent to 50 pesos. That means if you take a taxi, the minimum fare is just $1. When you go to the Philippines, it's easy to offer it to your clients because we don't need visa if they stay for 30 days. So as long as they have a round-trip ticket to any destination outside the Philippines. The Philippines has it all. So we have the water sports activities, we have the beaches, the nature and adventure, the lifestyle, the culture, and we cater to all types of clients. If you are a leisure traveler, a senior traveler, if you are a couple or just an FIT, we cater to everyone. And this is a map of where the Philippines is located. As mentioned earlier, we are at the crossroad of the Asia-Pacific region. If we can see it, we are here at the center. So when your clients will be coming from, we are just 3 hours away from Japan, Thailand, Bali, or Korea. We are 2 hours away from Vietnam and Cambodia, 12 hours away from LA and San Francisco. So we have a non-stop flight. We have non-stop flights from these cities via Philippine Airlines. And we have from New York also, it's 16 hours via Philippine Airlines. Direct flight, you have the 2-hour short stop in Vancouver. So these are Davao, Cebu, Boracay, Manila are our major gateways to the Philippines. But coming from the US, your best connection will be from the major cities in the US. You will be connected to either Manila or Cebu. So Philippine Airlines flies direct from New York to Manila. It usually takes you around 16 hours plus a 2-hour layover in Vancouver. And from Los Angeles and San Francisco, it's 12 hours going either to Manila and Cebu. So we have daily flights coming from these 2 cities. and Honolulu as well. We have nonstop flight from Honolulu to Manila. And from Vancouver to Toronto, we have, in a week, we have 10 flights a week. And for Eva Air, we have one stop flight from Chicago via Taipei to Manila or to Cebu daily. That's also daily. So we have 2 or 3 flights a day from New York, Houston, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, and Vancouver. And Cathay Pacific also offer the best connection to the Philippines. We are an active member of Virtuoso's Signature and USTOA, and that is the reason why we met Avanti Destination as our partner. And we are happy to partner with them, and they included us in their Asian tour programs. If you need more information about the Philippines, you can easily contact us through our email address, which is pdotnewyork@gmail.com, or you can check our website, www.philippinetourismusa.com, should you need more information about the Philippines. Thank you very much, Jeff.
Oh, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Zeni. That was some great information, and as I mentioned earlier before we got started, some beautiful pictures that don't require Photoshop because it is truly that beautiful. So quickly moving into our program here. So the essence of Avanti's Philippines, we're really focused for 2017 on Manila, Palawan, particularly the El Nido area, and then Cebu. You know, I talked a little bit about Bohol earlier, and then and Zeni talked about Boracay, which are both fantastic islands as well. You know, something to think about here is, you know, if your clients are really interested and want to see, you know, some of the major islands, we certainly can, you know, go out and find some opportunities for you. But this is really just the main focus for us for 2017. And as we get more and more people into the Philippines, we'll build it out as far as our product line is concerned that's available in our brochure. Which, if you do have our Asia brochure around your desk, you can open up to page 82, and that's the Philippines. I do quickly want to, since we're looking at Manila here, you know, it is both a very contemporary, modern mega city, but it's got a lot of history as well. You know, the history of the Philippines, you know, becoming independent from the Spanish is a wonderful story, as well as to show the character of the Filipinos as well. But quickly, you know, the major airlines, Zeni talked about them with, you know, Eva Air going through Taipei. We also work with Delta and United. Singapore Airlines is another way to get to the Philippines, flying through Singapore, as well as, you know, connecting Hong Kong to the Philippines through Cathay Pacific is a wonderful opportunity as well. And Delta is a great program too. We do offer the Emirates, and that's flying through, obviously, through Dubai. Probably more prevalent for those who want to spend some time in Dubai, but getting access to the Philippines and the rest of Southeast Asia is really easy through Dubai as well as you know, Emirates Airlines. So you know, we have a couple of great properties here. I'm just showing a few of them. Something I always like to talk about when we're looking at Asia. While we do offer, you know, a fair amount of 3-star and 4-star and 5-star in Europe and Central and South America, because of the value of Asia, and particularly the Philippines, you know, you can get your clients into a 4-star or a 5-star at a 2-star price, 2-3-star price that you would find in Europe. So the value is immense, and these properties are gorgeous, and the service is impeccable. The decor is wonderful. There's a variety of different types. So you can see in the Manila Hotel there, 5-star hotel, but that's some classic architecture. And whereas you get to the Fairmont and Makati, which is kind of the financial area, the business area of Manila. You've got beautiful, contemporary yet classic interior decor, as well as probably the world-class service that the Fairmont is known for. Something I should note is that while we do focus a fair amount on boutique hotels, and we can show you more here in just a minute, we're not. We're talking about some pretty good-sized properties when you get into Manila. It is as I said, a very, very, very large city, and there's, it's some people will call it the Pearl of the Orient, but I think that it sometimes is kind of left out because of the natural beauty in the rest of the Philippines. But the vibrancy of Manila is very palpable, and it's really an intriguing city if you get your clients to spend enough time there. But I talked a little bit of as far as the Hotel Jen is concerned. Looks like it's mismarked in the brochure, but it's it's not the smallest hotel, but it's a very solid property as well. And then there's a couple of different things that your clients can do basically right off the shelf in Manila, and certainly a city tour is mandatory to see the historic buildings as well as some of the cultural and historic sites. But getting your clients out to Pasanjon Falls or doing a volcano trekking, which is really an amazing opportunity, having done it myself years ago. But there's some soft adventure, if you will, maybe even some serious adventure that are possible out of Manila just on day tours. So these are just some of the options that we're able to provide your clients who are interested in that. And I do really want to talk about that it's an adventure to a degree, but with our local partners, your clients are completely well taken care of. We've gotten a lot of positive feedback from some of the people who have returned and said that they absolutely had a fantastic time. We always start with Palawan and El Nido after Manila. Typically, this is the combination that most people will do, and then I'll move into Cebu here in just a bit. But getting your clients from Manila to the El Nido region of Palawan is really easy. It's just a little skip over the water. But then something to think about is even though it's a long island, where your clients are going to be staying are in smaller islands off of the main island of Palawan. So, depending on how far away those individual islands are, they could either, it could be a 15 half-hour trip from the small airport, or it could be, 45 minutes. So just something to think about. Getting, everything's taken care of. They, get into the small airport, bags are taken to the vans and or cars, depending on how many people are traveling together, and then taken down to the port where they get picked up. Bags are put on, taken out of the truck, car, and then then off they are off the island. So not dissimilar to what your clients might have experienced in Tahiti, but the gorgeousness of this region is staggering. And we've got a couple of great opportunities here for your clients. As you can see, everything that, all the ones that we're focused on do provide that, or can provide that over the water experience. But these are more in the boutique realm. All of them are, around 50 rooms, and they're all very resorty. You can getting your clients there and back, easy to do, but I think that it really depends on what your clients want to experience. One of the things, this is a very romantic destination, or can be a very romantic destination, and there are lots of things that the properties themselves can provide your clients. They can actually take, some of them take you to a private beach that is not is not inhabited, and your clients can have a picnic or a gourmet meal. There's diving, lots of snorkeling opportunities, or some of the other water sports that Zenny covered early on. And then going over to Cebu, Cebu is a city. It's a good-sized city. There's a fair amount to see and do there. There's some wonderful shopping, as well as some historic landmarks that I'm showing you here. I think that one of the big draws to Cebu is even though it is a very large city, all the properties that we're offering are right along the beach. So not truly outside the city to a degree, but a little bit outside, and really are able to provide your clients easy access to Cebu and a lot of its wonderful shopping and the food. And that's I'm not sure how much you guys got from Zenny as far as the cultural differences, but there's even though the Philippines is one country, the cultural influences, both from international as well as the individual ethnic groups, is vast, and so your clients who are traveling around to different islands have a distinct, unique experience in each one, and I think that's one of the things that the Philippines provides as well, is that strong Spanish influence. And the adobo chicken is absolutely fantastic. So some of the properties that we're offering here, I'm just going to start with the Shangri-La on the right. These are both the Shangri-La is really a resort. It's outside the city. It's going to be easy access, but it is contained as well. So a beautiful beach there. I think that it definitely is a wonderful option for your clients who do want the easy access to a big city, but still have that resorty feel, and the beauty of the beaches around this area are impressive as well. And the Radisson Blu, it's more of a tower. And it's actually not more than a tower. It is a tower, and it has really good, really provides a lot of beautiful views, but it is in the city itself, whereas Marabago is, is kind of a little bit more resorty, and at the edge of the city. So, there's some options there. Talk about, going out into the countryside. Cebu is a pretty good-sized island. It's elongated, not as long as Palawan, but there's a lot of farming that happens in Cebu, the island itself, and there's a lot to see and do. There's just a wonderful picture of the countryside in Cebu. There's a lot of rural farming that happens, and as well as some of the little smaller towns where your clients would have more of a cultural experience. It's very different than Cebu City, and of course getting around Cebu on a full day tour is an option as well. And with that, I'm going to see if we've got any questions. First off, thank you. Hopefully you got some great information. Everything that I've shown you today is bookable on avantidestinations.com. Something that I always want to bring up is that you can reach out to us via email. Typically, we will respond within a 24-hour period, requests at avantidestinations.com. And that is for a new quote, or if you have a current quote or booking, something you want to add, you want to change it up a bit, You don't want to, sit on our phones for a bit because we are pretty heavy on our phones. Not pretty heavy. We're very heavy. And if, something to also think about is if you've got a booking, so that means something that you've got your clients are all set up, and they got a good solid itinerary and it's deposited. You can't modify that at that point in time on our website. But if it's undeposited, it's just a quote, you can add things or take things away from that itinerary. So a couple of questions. Here that I think are interesting. And this is a really, I didn't even think of this, but and maybe you could have add some information to this, Zenny. But someone was asking about like destination wedding, and what are the requirements for that in the Philippines? Is that something that's possible?
Yes, we have a lot of properties offering destination weddings. One of the properties that you mentioned is El Nido. They offer destination wedding. Shangri-La properties, they also offer destination weddings, especially in Cebu and Boracay. So we have some materials about destination wedding, and we also have some requirements to do that. But since the Philippines is a Roman Catholic religion, and we have a very unique way of like the permits that you have to process. But when you do the destination wedding, we can also the property can also invite a pastor to do that in their resort. So if you've been to El Nido, Jeff, especially at the Lagan, they have an area there. There is a small chapel where you can do your destination wedding. And they can also organize it in the islands as well. So Boracay, Cebu, Bohol are offering, these are the islands that which are offering destination weddings. Okay. And we can provide you with all the information about it because we also have a brochure.
Okay. And, I did, I think I talked a lot. There's a couple of questions here as far as, pricing and getting costs as far as the idea of how much it would cost to stay in some of these upper end properties in Palawan and El Nido. And that's something that we talk about the great value that, the Philippines provides. But for these 5-star resorts in El Nido, it gets pretty pricey. You're talking anywhere from, $200 to $350 per person per night. So you get probably some of the most gorgeous scenery in the world, beautiful beaches, beautiful water, and astounding service. But it does have a little bit more of a price tag there. But compared to some of the other places that are similar in quality and service, it is still a great value. And then we had a couple of questions revolving around, are the hotels inclusive or not inclusive? And our pricing structure is based on it being all a la carte, in that it's not all inclusive, but we certainly could make some arrangements if that's possible, depending on the property. Some of them can offer all-inclusive opportunities. And then I think the rest of these questions I'm going to kind of cover individually. I think they'll need a little bit more attention, but I have one last question that I'm going to cover here, and it kind of goes for all of what we're able to provide, not only in the Philippines but throughout all of Asia, and that's the private services. These are well-trained and excellent guides and as well as drivers. And so your clients will have a driver as well as a guide. They meet them at the airport. They have their name on a sign that has the Avanti logo on it, and they're embraced from beginning to end. So all of the services that we're providing throughout Asia are private services, because they're just fantastic values. And this is I just saw this question here, and I think this is a really good question, especially for the Philippines being predominantly Catholic, and how well. I mean, I have my own opinions, but just out of curiosity, Zenny, how well do you think that the LGBTQ visitors would be received in the Philippines?
Actually, Jeff, we are a Roman Catholic country, and LGBT is not like, it's now being open compared 5 years or 10 years ago, because before because we don't have the policy about the LGBT groups, but right now the Filipinos are open to them already. So once we get a lot of, just like last year, I got around 130 scuba divers, LGBT scuba divers, who went to the Philippines last October. And in 2015 also, I got the same number in another island in Bohol. So they come to the Philippines, and I even see a lot when I travel around, because I go home 6 times a year. And there are a lot of LGBT couples going to the Philippines now, spending their holidays. So Philippines is now open to this type of market.
Yeah.
Even if we are a Catholic country, but we are open to it.
Yeah, and from my experience as well, I had seen no challenges with a variety of folks. In fact, I would say that probably within the last 10 years, the Philippines has really changed in that regard, and I think it's much more accepted than it was previously. But even then, it wasn't that bad. I've seen a lot worse.
No. We have a lot of relatives who are LGBTs too. It's not being talked about in the family. We don't talk about them in the family. We just treated them normally. And so when the LGBT travelers come to the Philippines as well, they can come. They are free. Free to come. Nobody will ask them. Yeah. So they can go around the country, explore it.
Yeah.
I said earlier, I brought 130 of them in the Philippines last October, and I did not encounter any problem.
No. Great. Wonderful. Well, I think that's all the questions that we're going to cover here. And I'm going to send you these questions as well and let you know which ones I'm going to address. And you can reach out to some of these folks. A lot of interest as far as FAMs are concerned. But with that, we're going to end this webinar. Thank you guys so much for attending. Hopefully you got some great information. And we'll send out a follow-up email here in a couple of days with a link to this presentation or recorded presentation, as well as to, you could forward it on to your colleagues. We'll put it up on the website and our YouTube channel here probably within the next half day, maybe tomorrow morning, depending on how busy I get today. Anyway, thanks so much, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, Jeff.